Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Dallas Cowboys. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Mike, check, 59. Cover it! Switch.
The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. From the shotgun is Trubisky. He's got his tight end, Burton. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 34. They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
Woo! You got him! You got him! 180! Mike 55! Mike 55!
Now on 2nd and 16, Trubisky. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Trubisky.
Let's go, defense.
It's his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. Trubisky will throw. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. The 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some... Sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. First down, and it's Hill again. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Coming to you.
Under 10, under 10.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. His throw incomplete. He was looking for the tight end, Adam Shaheen, that time. And it's 3rd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing here, Trubisky. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Come on now, let's go.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Your trip ends here, baby. Your trip ends here.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
I'm coming. Watch the edge.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
59.
Lock in.
Check, 59.
Now it's Trubisky.
Check 26.
Flush to his right. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, he'll force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Trubisky's throw into the hands of Burton.
We got this.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, it's Hill. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
36.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in, 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
Run.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Alert.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
The big boys came out to play. I've been here, brother. Don't be mad. It's more coming. It's more where I came from.
Get some.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question.
Let's do this.
He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They start on the ground with Elliott. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
He wasn't ready.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Kill. 47. Switch it. Hey.
I got it.
26.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And an alley to run. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Tackle was made by Joel Iyiegbuniwe.
Yeah, baby.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the 2nd half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the 1st half. Maybe not so much in the 2nd half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Cooper's got him.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
This is Elliott. Elliott a 1st down and more. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards.
Let's go.
On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Here we go. 180.
58's Mike.
Here we go. Kill.
Watch tight. Tight end right.
That's it.
Hey. We got 3.
26.
Throwing, Prescott. His pass caught at the 4. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the 1st half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Check.
Here we go. 180.
Check. 45's the Mike.
Here we go. 47.
Let's bring
Here we go.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's
trot.
Under. 45 is Mike. 45.
26.
Here's Elliott. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Well, let's see what they do. They're knocking on the door here in the second quarter.
And you know what you look at on your play sheet? Your 2-point conversion plays, because you've drawn up a number of them in today's football. You don't just have 1 or 2 for the game. You have more like 6 or 7. Which one do you like here? Because that's essentially what you're going for right now. That spot of the field, call one of those and go get 6.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. The kick by Marr is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. Check.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but hold on, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches.
Check 3.
Now Trubisky to throw. And Robinson with a big catch. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. It's caught inside the 25. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, I'm coming. 59.
Hey, seam 6.
59.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me.
Now it's Trubisky.
Check the backer.
It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
I spy a couple of extra defensive backs on the field for Dallas.
Cowboys in the dime on 3rd. Here's Trubisky to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Here's Elliott. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. It's a gain of 16 in the Dallas first down.
Here we go.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
You ain't got nothing.
They'll run with Elliott. Room here to run. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. How about that being his 13th interception of the season, tied for number 2 all-time?
And when someone's having a season that fantastic, wouldn't you think you'd have a scouting report that says, don't throw in his area?
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown, as his guys are back within a single score. Point after, right down the middle. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
Let's go, let's go!
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
They're scared. Switch.
Here's Prescott. He's able to find Wallace. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Yeah, baby.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
They're going to 53.
Bravo. The mic. Going 58's the mic.
Now Prescott. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40. 7 yards there and a first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Get him, boy. Get him, boy.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on, you heave one deep when you catch them close to the spot.
58's the mic. Quit talking about it.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
There we go.
Mike, 45.
Hey, we're pretty.
Hey, 47.
Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45.
3 bucks.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Leonard Floyd in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. 9 yards on the gain there, and it's going to bring up a tough 3rd and 7.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense is getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D.
Hey, kill. He's coming. 47. Hey, kill. Then we're going to 53. Orbit. 26.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Leonard Floyd, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the post.
59.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Trubisky. Trying to lay one up deep. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off Byron Jones.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
They're running.
Again, it's Elliott. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys with a football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the 4th. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Pass. 47.
Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45.
Gun. I got you. Check. 26.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott.
Hey.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things they consider safe.
Elliott. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 7 yards there and a first down.
Come on, fellas.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Tight. 25.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Prescott from the gun. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They stick on the ground on 1st down with Hill. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Watch it up. 180. Check. Blue.
Throwing on 2nd down, Trubisky. That one brought in by his tight end, Adam Shaheen. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Now a 10th carry for Hill. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
It's easy work, and it's coming up.
On 2nd and 12, Trubisky. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
That's complete to Robinson. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They come out here in the I.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
So don't say nothing.
They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
You're two.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
On the carry, it's Hill. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. Taylor Gabriel there to make the grab. And the Bears get a bit closer. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. They go for just one here as it's up and good, and that will shave one more off this lead. This will be taken in at the 1. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Elsewhere, they're into the 4th at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. If they indeed win, it would be win number 9 on the season. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They go to Elliott again. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now Elliott. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. They got